Fortune has indeed smiled on me in this endeavor. Crowds leave food alongside the road and wave from a distance. We can sense our spirits becoming darker as we head into combat with the foreigner. Greeks, known for race wars and hate crimes against each other, are finally uniting, becoming stronger as a people. We all seem to understand for once we are blood kin. At Mount Kyllini, I was met by an old comrade from the Olympic Games, Zaxxon and the Macedonians. And not only that, he brought along with him 1,500 of his supreme hoplites, known as the Dreadnoughts. All I could see was muscle men with black capes hidden behind thick black shields made from hardened wood. They also wear the bronze helmet of Ares, similar to the Spartans. After a few leagues of marching, General Milos informed me that as we marched past the city of Elis, we were joined from a distance by a group of about 500 Scythian lunatics. Bald-headed, bare-chested men, painted light blue on various parts of their bodies, all have striking blue eyes, left-handed, and sporting crescent-shaped armored shields and swords. They are priests or warriors for some moon god, whose bloodlust coincides with the phases of the moon. I was then informed by General Silos that we will have a full moon at Thermopylae. The crowds lined the streets at Corinth as 400 citizen soldiers joined our coalition. We bypassed the city of Olympia, but at Plataea we were joined by the tall Thespians, a strange breed of lightly armored warriors that prefer close combat with hatchets. They throw a few, then rush their enemies with a frenzied two-armed assault. Finally, at Ochimenos, a few wealthy slave owners released 500 Thracian armored Doberman Pinscher war dogs and handlers to our service. We are about a day's march from Thermopylae. Earlier today, we passed two strange-looking men that were standing on the side of the road on a small hill. One had a large incense censer in his hand, waving smoke over me and my men. The other spoke aloud in our native Doric tongue, which made us all pause and listen for a moment in our march. "Blessings," he said, he was bestowing toward me and my men, "blessings for some God of Israel, endowing us with the strength and power of Samson, the courage of a King David." Names totally unknown to us. Later that evening, some of the Helots came to my tent and informed me that those men were called Hebrews, and that a few actually lived among us in Sparta. The men on the hill had a gift to impart to me. A Helot handed me some sort of linen girdle, made of strange material that I could pull and return to its original shape. I was told to wear as a brace around my loins to alleviate any pain in the area of my body when I fought. We arrived at midday at Thermopylae. Glorious sight indeed. While standing on cliffs that were hewn out for forgotten generals or kings, my generals and I looked down on the steep upward slope the Persians will have to ascend. Without a word, the various warlords began to look over the grounds and make mental assessments for tomorrow's war council. The pass can hold 30 men shoulder to shoulder. My vision is to have the first two rows of men kneeling, creating a phalanx of 90 spear points, 18 feet in length, with the active Sea of Thebes on our right, whose high tide rises to the very pass we will have to defend. The Persians will only be able to attack at selected times of the day, and when they do, it will only be on very soft ground. We held a war council today, but Bluso and his Thebans know of a hidden goat pass, which will allow them to ascend the heights of the pass to launch their javelins. He also knows of the hidden stockpiles of stones left behind by the Phoenicians. The beach sand will render all horses and chariots useless, and Persians having to shoot arrows up hills at us will render their archers virtually non-existent. Thermopylae has many hidden side caverns and thick patches of foliage from which to launch surprise attacks from the various warriors in the Greek coalition. I will use the dreadnoughts and helots and Spartans to defend the pass directly. The lunatics and war dogs I have special jobs for. Near the evening, Persian scouts are visible in the distance.